was in very good hands. We had amazing commissioners like Bali Pichana, Professor Dampa, Sawadungu, Ochigovera, when I became a commissioner. These were solid people who had no real affiliation or relationships with governments. Now, and please just believe that I'm being honest, and I want an honest answer. We did not have, at least during our time until I left in 2009, any serious complaints about the African Commission. I think our groups bore the greatest rant or anger from the AU, from Heads of State, from the PRC. And I can confirm that she, in my view, was the worst, because I would at times attend the AU summits with her. She was being called names right, even by my own people. Now, what I want to know, and I now am looking at people like Bokwelet, you are the people who are fraternizing with the African Commission, say on a daily basis. Can we sit here and vouch for this African Commission? Are they efficient? Are they discharging their mandate without fear nor favor? Are they pushing communications? Are they, when they call each other for extraordinary sessions, do you see any results? Are they doing what we used to do? And I'm not saying they're not doing all those things. I just want us to be comfortable when we move forward and try to fight for them. Are they still the same African Commission that I was a member of, that Andrew and Dankwa and Sawadugu and Bani Pichani were members of? I will not say I've heard this and I haven't heard this, but I just want an honest opinion, so that when we throw ourselves into this deep end, because it is going to be a deep end, we know that we are fighting for a legitimate cause meaning the African Commission. Now, going back to what Franz said earlier, of course I'm prepared to say that we were complicit, although you are cushioning us and saying that all these were procedural matters. But those days, like I'm saying, when she came, I will always refer to her. Even in this adversity, Sawadugu would come at the next session, she would relate word for word what happened at the African Union when she presented her report. And what did we do, all of us? We just laugh it off. Personally, I never thought that those things would escalate and become so serious as they are today. And of course, the brand was being bought by her, and there wasn't anything so alarming. Now, I want to also emphasize that the African Commission is not unique. I think Andrew mentioned this. I've just exited the International Criminal Court, where I was for 9 years. And we spent, especially during when I was in the presidency, we spent all the time, up to today, still pushing against states. And what worries me is that almost half of the African states are also members of the Rome Statute. And these are the men and women, again, who are members of the SAHRC, who killed the SAHRC tribunal, as we all know. But even as we look at it, at this issue, I think us who are not so intimately involved, we should take a step back and look at the issues that are coming up with a clear mind. Now, the sexual orientation issue for countries like Botswana, South Africa, it is not an issue anymore. And I just want to hear from you, civil society, because the commissioners are not here, if you know, when these decisions are taken, countries like South Africa and Botswana has some small breath, what do they say, or what do you hear they say to their colleagues, where they will let themselves become part of such a devastating resolution? Now, I want to agree with Professor Dangwa, who talks about education. And I'm wondering let's think about how we could go about the education. Because, for instance, at the NGO forum, for me, it's part of education. Promotion missions are part of education. Although now countries are not even inviting the African Commission to come for promotion missions. And this goes back to what Chigodara was saying. Why have structures if you are not going to support them? I think the education part is very, very important. We need to see how we go about it. And finally, the commissioners' engagement. There are commissioners out there who are very, very respectful. There are commissioners out there who still have some influence with their governments. And I said this in the Gambia the last time I was invited to the 50th anniversary, I think. I said to those commissioners at lunchtime, I said, why don't you involve old commissioners? Once a year is enough. You call us, we sit down, share experiences like we were doing. Ibrahim, you were there. One sharing what happened during the first 10 years, and I was a respondent. And the feedback was so good. And that is how this commission can survive. Because right now, most of them are working, they are judges, they are what. I don't think they even have enough time to dedicate to what is really necessary for the commission. Thank you. I'll stop there. We can be later.
Thank you, Commissioner. I recognize Colette. Yes, Colette, and then Martin, and then Franz, and then yourself, and then Ibrahim. I'll tell you what you must say at the end. The issue was 2 issues when you are gone.